Greetings and welcome back to Factorio. I'm Dgray and thank you for all your comments here on YouTube and on Discord. It helped me a lot, and of course I had messed up our copper input again like I did at our stone outpost. I don't know why I can't figure that out, but it's working now. So before we start today's episode, I just want to show you our Steam battery setup. I'm extremely pleased with it and how well it works. As you can see here, it's pretty much just working the same way as normal what's called accumulators. We are just using the steam in the tanks instead as a buffer and making these run. So since we set this up, even at nighttime, we are not running into any issues supplying the base with all the power it needs. So yeah, gotta love these steam batteries. As you can see, it's going down quite fast, but hopefully it will last until our solar panels kick in again. And so far my experience is that they are. So as you can see, now it just topped off and going down here, and then soon the solar power is going to kick in again. And then we'll start to build up more steam for tomorrow, or for the next night. So, on to today's episode. Today I want to try and fix a small amount of fluid up here. So let's just take a train up there and check it out, since I don't really want to run. So let's see here. Please take me up there, little train. Because what I want to fix is the issues we had with light oil and heavy oil not really being consumed fast enough or producing petroleum fast enough, which is being used for plastic. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes to set up, which is very, very nice. And then we can be on our merry way again with the next part of today's episode. But let's just fix this first. It should be as simple as copying this. Let's just copy it over one. Might have room for one more, but yeah, let's just do it like this for now. We'll need to have it lined up somewhat with the ones above. So it should be right here, should be good. Because then we can hook in the heavy oil and the light oil, just in these two. So heavy oil will come in right here. Break you, go like that. And light oil will go in right here, break you, and go down like that. So hopefully this will make those two work. And then we just need to hook up, what's it called? Or petroleum again. Let's just grab a few. Go over here. And to right here. That should make us able to hook it up just like that. Give this some power. And then these should start to work as soon as these are filled up enough. And that shouldn't take that long, since we do have an issue. But look at that, now these are working. We will have to hook up the water down here. Let's just see the rest get delivered. We're missing a few chemical plants, so we might have to make sure that they are being crafted. But I think they are, so they should get delivered very soon. But hooking up the water should be as simple as doing that. And here we go. This one is working. This one is starting to work as well. Just missing a bit of heavy oil and light oil. But now we are making somewhat more petroleum. Let's just check. 1 minute. Look at that. We just pretty much spiked to more than double production. And the reason for that is, even though we only doubled this, it will mean that these run at full speed instead of only half. So this should actually more than triple our production. At least more than double our production. So hopefully this will mean that it can run a bit better. I'm guessing the next issue we're gonna have is running out of oil, but we'll get to that when we get there. now I can see that I've parked the train on the track, and don't ever do that, because then this happens. But the next thing I want to do this episode, let's just get this train out the way. Let's just take you to here for now. Is I want to hook up some of our gold items. Gold is gonna be used for making, what was it I was planning on making? I've forgotten right now, but I will say it as soon as I remember. Oh yeah, the ore purifier. Because I kind of want to go into the next tier of, what's it called? Ore purifying, so we can get even more resources out of our ore. And we only need the advanced controller and gold plates. And to make those two, we just need a small amount of gold. And gold is only used to make a few items. These need the gold rods, and the gold rods are only used for gold cables. And gold cables are used for quite a few things. So I'm still debating how I should set it up, and gold plates are used for a lot of things. So I kind of want to make a cell making all the gold items. And I think one could just be right here below the gold one. So we'll just take out some gold here and do it. Because we don't need that much to be produced right now. So let's try just to set one up there for now. And then in the future, if we need a lot more, we can make dedicated cells for all the items we need. But for now, I'll just run over here. Luckily, I did bring my mono wheel. So let's see if we can't set up something like this. I was thinking about copying this, but since we only have like, that's weird, a few items that we need to produce, there's no reason to do that much. So yeah, we'll just do outputs like this on this one. I think that will be the best issue. Oh, the best case scenario. So this will be train out. There we are. And then we'll do a balancer with some splits on it. And we'll just steal the gold from here. So do 1, 2, seeing output priority on this side, oh, the other side. And then the rest will just go down. We probably should have made the output down here instead. Let's just do that. We can easily remove these things. Go away. And you can go away. And you can go away. There we are. The rest should just be built next time we put one down. There we are. So let's set it up down here instead. And that's just because of the way the items are going to flow. I kind of want it down here instead. So time to make all the gold items we need. Gold we have right here. That's going to be easy. The plates is just a 1-to-1 going in. And this one is just going into this one and into that one. So making 2 lines, that should give us all the gold items we need. And if we just take out a few electric assembly machines, I'll just show you the setup I'm thinking of doing. Let's just move you over here. That will be a gold plates. And then right next to this, let's move it over a bit here. We'll do a 2-1. Then we'll go into the middle here and do the same right here. Then we'll have these flowing down. We'll have gold in here. We'll have gold in there. And this will be our plates. And this will be gold rods going into gold cable. I can see one issue is that this is producing twice as fast as this one. It's not really an issue, but then 2 can support 1. So we might just move it down 1 to here to save a bit of resources. Let's do the same over here. Move you down 1 and do it to 2. That should be the same ratio. So what if we do that, and it's a bit off center. I want to put it here instead. Then I think they're on the same line. do the cable, and cable will come out right here. And that will go in, and that will go in. Let's put down some power. Can we do it somewhere where it looks pretty? We can move this one down one and do it in the middle all the way across. I think that will look a bit better. So here and there. And then we can do this. But of course it won't fit there then. So let's do this. I want to make it somewhat symmetrical. That's why I'm spending a small amount of time on this. And if we do it here. Oops. And here instead. There we are. Then we should be able to just drag it across like this. There we are. Then I kind of want to do the same over here. Here and there. So that should be the same place, same place. Then we'll just have him output into the middle. Here, here, there, and we could do both like that as well. So I think this is right now. 1 produces 2 per second. Over here it uses... Oh! No. That was completely wrong. Because this is used 1 every half a second. This produces 1 every second. So it uses 2 per second. This uses 2 per second. So yeah, we'll just do a completely normal setup, it seems. I just kinda messed up a small amount. Oh well, that's what happens when you try to do something smart. But luckily it's very easy to fix. There we go. And there. And then we'll just move them 1 closer to each other. There, there. And this all hooks up nicely. Why does these wires look so strange? Let's just pick him up and see if we can get him to look a bit nicer. So you'll go here. And move you 1 closer, please. I'd like to copy you to right here instead. And get some cables running in and down. We won't need that. We won't need those. And then we'll have some running over here. Let's see the power. Fits, fits, fit. Just like that. And then we can pretty much just do an entire row down. And then this should work. And hopefully it's all turned the right way. And then we'll just do a fall-in balancer to whatever comes in from here. And one more time, we've placed it a bit of a stupid way, but I think if we do it like that, it will work. Because then we can do one over here. That will definitely not work. Because this will go out. So we just have to move it down 1, this entire thing. And pretty much move it over a bit to the side. So let's just copy you. Not copy, cut you. And move you down a small amount. Just to make you look somewhat good. So that's 1, 2, 3. And that's just because we want to make it look pretty. Place it there for now, and I'll actually just turn this a bit instead. Let's just turn it like this, and then we can get a bit more room to get all the things flowing in. Then we can move you up a small amount, because we only need to have 2 spaces to make him, or pretty much just 1 space here. So I think this will work. Well, let's make it a bit more space so it doesn't look that clumped in. Clumped in, that's not a word. Then we can take 1 down right here. 1 going this way. Oh, one going down right there is what I'm trying to say. And then the last one going all the way across. And down there. Here we are. But we're only getting one belt in right now, and that is probably going to cause us quite a bit of issues. But this will just get this up and running for now. That's actually all I want at this current stage. So there we are. They're all activated. And let's just try and get some gold to flow in and see if we can get this to work. Gold going in. We're going to be producing a ton of things. Our power is holding strong. Why are you so slow? Oh, it's because it's not filled up yet. Let's probably fill itself out in just a little bit. So there we are. Now we'll just drag this down to this one. Do a balancer. Could turn it as well to make more room, but I think this will be enough just to get things kickstarted. So let's drag these down. Here we have the gold wire. You'll go in right here. Of course, I want to hook you up to the green wire down here, as we have done so many times before. Okay, doesn't want to connect to that one. That's fine. We'll just put down a new one right here, and that should solve our issue. Here to that one. And you'll say if gold cable is less than 15k. Gold wire is less than 15k, you'll work. And this one over here will say, can we just, oh, we can't do that, but we can do this instead. Then we can do that. And that'll not be gold wire, that'll just be gold plates. If that's less than 15k, let some through. And that is checking whatever we have down here in our network. So now I should be able to hook you up. You'll start to flow, and then we'll take this one. Then we'll see how much of an issue the gold input is. I'm guessing quite a bit, but we can always upgrade this to red belts, since the gold is almost full here. So should we just give this a small upgrade? I don't know if it'll help anything, because they are full. But let's just do this. Take you. I don't know if that will be enough. That will probably be enough to fill up this belt. But it'll probably not be enough to fill up this one. So we might need to expand this down a bit more. But at least now we have it in the network. This will be gold items out number 1. Gold items out number 1. Yeah, that should be fine. So at least now we are supplying some of these to the network. And they are slowly building up. Don't know if this can support this much. But look at that, that is full. But I definitely don't know it. To be honest, to fill 2 belts, we will definitely need 2 belts in. And one way to do that is pretty much just upgrade it all to red belts. I think that will solve it. So let's do this. Let's try and do a first red balancer. And then we'll just upgrade these as well. I think that will somewhat make sure that will pretty much mean that all gold goes down here right now. And we can upgrade this down. Let's see here, this goes faster. And as soon as this is upgraded, all gold should go down. And it does, because now it takes 2 belts in. So as soon as this is filled, it will start to output up here again. But until then, this will just keep working. Let's just copy it down one more time to get it up to speed. and then copy this a few more times. I think that'll be necessary. Because this is just producing 1 per second. And we only have 12. So we'll need 4 more. So this should be 1 build as soon as I do this. There. That should be 1 full build here, and that should be a full build over here. That means they'll take out 2 whole builds of gold as soon as this is running. We could also upgrade the build speed here if these can keep up at the current speed, but for now I think this will be fine. So this is priority 1, and everything we don't use, see right now, goes into the system. That's exactly what I want. And it seems all solar panels are done. It's at least not blinking down there anymore. And look at that. Solar power is providing more power in the daytime than steam is. And if we look at the batteries, look how full they're getting. We might actually be able to just add more rows of these, because I'm guessing these can easily support it. Or we can always just copy paste this down 1 more, making another row of steam batteries. At least that will be what we'll do if these ever fills up, because that means these can easily support what our base is using. But it seems I forgot one of these. I not forgot, but it was part of the other blueprint over here. So now we are producing 1 build of each. And there we are. That's 2 belts. That will easily fill up. And then we have 2 items we need to get our ore purifier. So that's the gold plates done. We have the advanced motors, large steel chassis, steel piston. Now we just need the advanced controller. And what does the advanced controller need? Oh, gold cable. That is very easy to do. I might just take in, what's it called, the raw gold, and just do a row like this with the, what's it called? The circuits coming in next to it as the other one. But I don't know if that is gonna be useful in any way, except that these produces twice as fast, so that'll pretty much double the throughput of our thing. So I might actually do that, this setup, just with advanced circuits here. And then we can output to the middle and have circuits running in, going both sides. I think that will supply what we need. But let's check, what is that used for? Yeah, that's going to be used for a few things. Mostly getting that into our mall. I don't think we're requesting anything yet in terms of gold cables. But we will very, very soon. So let's just mark this with gold items. Marker. Let's just do the plates. So that means we are just missing tin. But that is not something that is that useful yet. And we have produced almost 60k advanced circuits. Very, very nice. And the base is running extremely well. We don't really have any deadlocks anywhere. Things are flowing around at a somewhat decent speed. So far this can easily handle what we are producing. So what is the next thing we should look at? Because this is almost full. What I want to look at is, again, getting the rest of what we needed for this one. So we might just set up what it's called, the gold cables and advanced circuits to be flown in. It will mean that we can only produce, what is that, 15? We can produce 1 belt if we do that. Since it's a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio. So 1 belt of each in should give us 1 advanced circuit out. So that means I can do 4 rows if I do a 4-way splitter. So that is what that also means that we need 4 of these to run. It might actually be better just doing it on site then. Yeah, let's do it on site. because gold is easier to transport in than these items. So where should we put it? We have all the other circuitry going on up here. Let's just mark this right there. In theory, we could actually do it here and just steal these down here. But what else are you used for? Lasers. Sorry about that. I just almost choked. But that is used for quite a few things, so it's fine that we have it on the main bus. Oh, it's more than fine that we have it on the main bus, because that is very much used. But these we could actually just steal from right here, going down this way. Or having one train going in with that, and one train going in with gold, and then we can output it over here. Yeah, I think it's a good place to do it, to be honest. And I'll probably have trains delivering it, just because that makes it a lot easier to manage the input, giving us all the rows we need, so we don't hit a situation like this where we won't get enough in. So let's just transport in the gold and the gold cables. No, gold and the gold thingamajig. Oh, please fix that, little robots. Oh. There we go. So let's go up here and see if we can't find a good area for it. So let's see how we should do this little setup. It seems we're missing repair packs. We might want to add that to our system, since we don't have any yet. And we can easily just get it to get crafted in our mall. But for now, let's see. How should we do the advanced circuit production? First things first, we'll need 3 rows of them. 1, 2, no, 1, 2, and then we'll do it right here, 3. And then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 in between, because we will have to get it jumped across. And then we'll have 15 in a row. I think that is the way it will work. So if you look here, oh no, that's going to produce a lot more than we need. But let's just look at it before we do it. You'll produce those 2 going into the wire to produce, that's going to produce 2 a second. And over here, where's at this one? So this one will actually be able to support 2 of these, it seems. So if you split it off, this one should be able to support 2 of these. So we'll have to offset it a small amount. So you'll go down there and then do that. And then we'll do the same on the other opposite side. Right here, we'll do that and that. Gold cable and gold rod. And do these in here. Then we'll have an output line and an input line. The input might come from the bottom, right here, and then the output can go over here. Just like that. We'll have some long inserters. They will grab from over here, grab from there, grab from there. They will output over here. And it doesn't need to be fast inserters. We'll have these grabbing. What is it? You'll grab from here and you'll output over here. So this should grab what we need. I'm guessing the ratios is gonna be a bit short. There we go. Here and there. Over here, 2, 2, 1, and 1. We have some cables going on this way. Oh, cables going out that way. And then we'll hook up some power lines. Here, here, and there. Oh, seems we'll have to do it on both sides of these instead. And then we can do here, here, and here. So will this work? Will this work? It should. So here we'll get 15 in per second. These will need 1 per second. So it means that this can supply 15. So if we do this times 7.5, or just do it times 8. And this one can do 1 per second. Oh, doing 2 per second. This one will do what's called 2 of these per second. That'll be 1 of these per second, and we'll be able to do this times 15. I think the math checks out. I might be wrong, but hopefully you'll join me next episode where we finish this and get all the input in. And we are quite lucky, we can just take the coal from up here. I didn't plan that, but for some reason we have 2 ones right here, ready to be used. That means we can just get these in from over there instead, or just drag it down. But I'll take it in instead, and then get the output right here. That is actually very nice. So hopefully you enjoy it, and hopefully you'll like and subscribe and hit that bell button. And then I will see you guys in the next episode where we hook this up and get ever closer to getting everything done. So I've been Dgray, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye guys.